What's up, guys? Daniel here. Welcome to my The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 5 spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me about 2 minutes to recap it, then give you my pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. Before I get on to my recap, I just want to remind everyone that every single week I do my The Walking Dead episode reactions. If you guys want to see my reaction to this episode, go-getters, it'll be in the description down below. So we begin this episode with Maggie waking up in Hilltop and Sasha by her side. Abraham and Glenn are buried on Hilltop soil, which she looks at the graves outside, and she ends up laying the watch that Herschel gave down to Glenn. She ends up laying it down on Glenn's grave. Now, Gregory wants Maggie and Sasha to go. He does not want anything to do with them. He doesn't want Negan or the Saviors to find out that they're there. Jesus will try to persuade him. So Carl ends up saving Enid because Enid goes outside the walls and ends up, searching around, and she's trying to make her way to Hilltop. And Carl ends up stumbling upon her, actually. He didn't intentionally mean to save her. That is revealed later in the episode. So the walkers are heading into Hilltop, and they end up stopping the walkers, Maggie, Sasha, and Jesus, and a few of the Hilltop members. Maggie ends up destroying a car with a tractor, which I thought was pretty badass. Kind of a overload, kind of over the top, but it still was pretty fun. The car was playing music, I think classical music, and the Savior, Simon, and the group ended up putting the car there in order to attract the walkers. But they never really explained how the Saviors got into Hilltop and opened the gates, and they didn't kill the gate people, they just hanged them and put duct tape on them, you know what I mean? So they never really explained how they did it, but they did it. So Simon ends up arriving the next day. Carl and Enid find roller skates. Thought that was a cool little teen moment, but yet it was like really cheesy at the same time. Simon ends up taking a bunch of things, 50% of all their stuff, which, with Negan, 50% is not 50%, more like 50% is 90% to them. So he ends up, taking scotch away from Gregory, and Maggie ends up punching Gregory, and she says, "My name is not Marsha." She's like, "My name is not Marsha, it's Maggie Ree." And at that moment, I'm like, "You know your name, congratulations, wow, cool job." So Carl is on the back of the Savior's truck, and Jesus is also on the truck as well. Now on to the pros and cons. Starting off with the pros, my favorite part of the episode is actually the ending. Carl is on the truck and Jesus jumps on. Man, Jesus looking awesome. He's probably doing a hair commercial and stuff. He sees Carl and he just kind of smiles. He's like, "Hey, you're the kid. You're the kid that should be like 12 years old right now, but you're like 18, okay, now he's like 16 or something." But I love that, man. I really the episode was okay, and I'm gonna get more into detail in a minute, but at the end, that's where I was like, yes. And then watch next week be totally different, and not Carl and Jesus. It's gonna be like 6 more weeks till we see Carl and Jesus actually do something. So this is where it kind of gets diverse, man. This is where we fight a little bit. This is where everyone kind of divides and has their own different take on stuff. Another favorite scene of mine, even though it was super slow, it still was very entertaining, and the acting was on point. Stephen Ogg, and the amazing actor who plays Gregory, of course he was in 24 as Mason. Gregory and Simon talking, and they're looking at the painting, and he's like, "God damn, he wants that painting, man." They're looking at the painting, and they keep on talking. It's like a 10-minute talk. Literally, not like 10 minutes. It's like a 7-minute talk. And they're like talking and talking and talking, and it keeps on going forever and ever. It's slow, but the dialogue itself is awesome. And he's like, "Well, I am Negan," he's like, "That's what Negan wants. I am Negan. And you give me all your stuff." Like, just the way that, it's kind of weird that that's their first time there at Hilltop. You would think that they've been there at Hilltop before. But no, that's their first time, and them looking around and them looking at stuff. Like, Hilltop is not a huge place for one thing. It's a very small place. But I still enjoy that scene between Gregory and Simon, and Stephen Ogg plays it so freaking well. Now, I do have a few complaints about Maggie this episode, but the one badass thing that she did besides saying, "My name is Maggie Ree," ooh, congratulations, that just gave me a headache and my eye almost popped out. Ooh, you know your name. Do you know the A to Z? Do you know the alphabets? Do you know A, B, C, D? Glenn got bashed in the head. His eye came out. That didn't rhyme whatsoever, but it's funny. Does that remind you of anyone? God damn. Oh, yes. So anyway, skadoosh. So Maggie, the moment where she ran over the walkers by the tractor, I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was really cool. I think that was a cool moment. I'm like, fucking Maggie. It was cool. I really enjoyed, and then she ended up going over the car, and the car, Michael Bay, blows up and everything. Freaking firework rockets. And I thought that was really cool, though. Even though I'm like, Maggie, you're not supposed to be moving. Go sit down. What are you doing? I couldn't let them do it by themselves. I'm pretty sure they would have found a way. You could have stopped. You didn't have to do anything. But she did it. You're wasting your breath and your time. But she did it. And, well, we wouldn't have had those awesome kills if she wouldn't have done it. So, Maggie, you did good. Another heroic moment was Carl saving Enid, especially the way that he ran into the zombie, like RoboCop style, like when that part when the like and the acid and everything, and freaking water on the windshield and stuff. Like, I thought that was a really cool moment. And Carl kissing Enid, if I'm not mistaken, he kissed. I'm too tired. If I remember last night, he kissed Enid, didn't he? Like, he was like. And, like, I was like, okay. I didn't like the roller skating part, though. I'm not saying that, like, I don't know how to roller skate. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, I just thought it was too... Not that it, like, for one thing, you're lucky that there were two pairs. You're lucky on that part. Second off, I guess they both know how to roller skate. I guess because every kid knows how to roller skate. Third off, why... Just to get, you know, I mean, I don't know. What's the excuse they're going to use? Oh, it's just the innocence of them. You know, that excuse they're going to do. It was just a moment as a kid. They're not 5-year-olds anymore. They're you know, already teenage. No one does that anymore. Anyway, what was I saying? The part where Carl kisses Enid, that was fine. I was just kind of sad that Enid ended up, like, turning him down afterwards. Like, well, if you don't come with me or whatever, you do what you do, then I can't be involved with you, you know? Not gonna give you the clap. Now it's time for me to tell you the stuff that triggers me the most during this episode. First off, where's Maggie's baby bump? You're gonna have someone say, oh, she's only 2 months pregnant. Something like, oh, she's only this, she's only that. No, where's the baby bump? I mean, I guess she's just got pregnant a week ago or something, but I mean, where's her development? I may be wrong, maybe I'm not, maybe I don't see her right, but I mean, shouldn't she be far along now? I mean, why she doesn't have, she looks like Maggie. Where's her baby bump? I also felt bad for Enid when she put the balloons on the wrong grave. I was like, oh, wait till you find out. Oh my God. She's just crying there. For one thing, why would you... I don't know why. You brought the green balloons and everything, so oh my God, I don't know why. I just, I thought it was funny. I felt bad for Enid. I was like, why are you there, Enid? Because Enid barely gets any screen time, and like, this is what you're doing with her character. You take her to Hilltop. I'm just like, why are you doing this to Enid? Like, why her all of a sudden? Like, now she's getting screen time, but we're not going to see her, like, for the next 5 weeks or so, so congrats on that, AMC. Now, I'm not going to stand here and sugarcoat my feelings. I am a true Walking Dead fan. I've been walking since the beginning, but this was a slow episode. I'm not going to stand here and say, a 10 out of a 10. It was amazing. No, nothing happened in this episode. Don't even try to defend it. Don't. I don't see anyone saying, oh, this was an amazing episode. Oh, congratulations. The storytelling, nope. What happened during this episode? Enid climbed out of the gates. Carl went after Enid. Maggie fought a bunch of walkers. Well, she shouldn't even be fighting the walkers in the first place, because she's pregnant, so she should be on the, like, she shouldn't be fighting, for one thing. I know, what happened? What really, where did we get from point A to point B? What did we do this episode? The Saviors came and took a bunch of hilltop stuff. But what did we do? What did we learn? What did we really get out of this that progresses the story? Or is this just filler? Is this filler? Would you have rather have seen this? Like, I know there are Maggie fans. That's cool. Maggie's cool. I don't hate Maggie. But wouldn't you have rather seen Rick doing stuff? Wouldn't you have rather seen somebody else do? Wouldn't you have rather have seen Carl and Jesus already on that truck and just going, doing stuff? What do you want to see Negan doing stuff? Why are we watching something that we're just in one place and we're boring? It's. I rarely say this about Walking Dead too, because this ain't the horrible episode. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad episode. It's just a slow episode. Yeah, the Walker kills were awesome. Enid kissing Carl, cool. But other than that, it's slow. Overall, I thought it was an okay episode. It wasn't really good. It wasn't great. It's the weakest episode out of season 7 so far. It's the weakest episode. And maybe there's big Maggie fans out there. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, hey, that's my opinion. I think it's a weak episode. I think it was okay. It's not a horrible episode. It's worth watching. But when you watch my reaction, there's really not much to react to. First off, I was really tired when watching the episode. I wanted to fall asleep because it was boring me. The hilltop is not that interesting anymore. I'd rather see Negan. I'd rather see the kingdom. I would rather saw something. There's too many characters. We need to thin the herd. There's too many people. Like, I heard there's going to be a Tara episode. That's fine, as long as it's not the entire episode. I don't want to see an entire episode dedicated to Tara and Heath. Nobody wants that. And yeah, there's been times, like, the Morgan episode was awesome last year. I didn't expect it to be awesome. I thought it was going to be slow. And people are like, you're not a true fan if you don't like the Daryl only episodes or this. I can like whatever I want. I don't care for the single episodes. They could be amazing. They could be bad. It depends on how it is. But can we stop with the single episodes, a Daryl only? Like, next season, can we stop? Can we stop with that and just do Rick and all the group, the entire episodes? Can we stop cutting off everyone? Can we just have one continuous episode? It's already bad you wait 7 days. What happens if you die in a car accident within the 7 days? You wasted my time. Get me to watching the show. Get to the stuff. Let's go. Anyway, I'm going to give The Walking Dead Season 7 Episode 5. I'm just talking truth. Man. I'm giving this episode a C+. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack that like button. You can comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the episode. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Share this review with your friends. And hit that subscribe button for more awesome The Walking Dead reviews. Till next time, bye-bye.